Have you ever realized that your brain might be working both sides of the game? And I mean dopamine, right? The same chemical that motivates you to chase your goals, that same one that keeps you up at 1 a.m. in the morning, not knowing why you're up and eating on snacks you don't even remember grabbing. That dopamine. It's motivation and manipulation, friend and foe. And this is not another conversation about putting down our cell phones, right? We all know that's not going to happen. But the absurd part, though, is that we don't even understand what dopamine does. Most people think dopamine makes us feel pleasure, and it doesn't. Newsflash, it doesn't. Dopamine is not a pleasure molecule. It is an anticipation molecule. But let's talk about it. But before that,
let's grab a cup of tea first.
Hey there, guys. Welcome back. Warren here. I had to go grab some tea. But yeah, dopamine spikes before the reward, not during it and not after it, right? It's the chemical that says something good is coming, Go chase, go get after it. And that's why it drives things like curiosity, ambition, persistence, and motivation, because dopamine is like the gas pedal and pleasure is the destination, if that makes a little bit more sense. Well, here, I said I wasn't going to pick on phones, but let me try to use the phone as, because it's such a temptation to us now, right? It's the one thing we can't put down, it seems. But anyway, let me use the phone and try to put it in plain English for you. The phone, right? You know that notification you get that says the package is on its way? It's arriving today, and you get so excited, right? You're like a kid at Christmas Eve. You can't put it down. You keep refreshing and checking, right? Right? But here's the truth. The notification is not the delivery, right? It is just the promise of a delivery. That's all it is. It gives us the feeling, like I said earlier, that something good is coming and that we should expect a pleasurable feeling, but it's not the pleasure itself. And that's dopamine. That's dopamine, a delivery notification, a doorbell, like a teaser trailer of sorts, right? One that gets a lot of us addicted without knowing what's going on. And we're not addicted to pleasure. We're addicted to the anticipation of pleasure, to the almost, the maybe, the it's on its way. That is what we're addicted to. And sadly, that's dopamine in its faux form. Here's the absurdity of it all. Often we are so anticipating that package, and the package shows up and it's a dud, right? It's a complete dud, not even worth the hype. But that's how dopamine works. And because dopamine is all about chasing what might feel good, it doesn't care about what it chases, right? And that is when it becomes our foe, because it leads to endless scrolling, eating poorly, dating apps, novelty, stimulation. That's when it takes on a faux status. And it's not our brain betraying us. It's just how it works. How should I put it? It's just the brain following its programming, right? Anticipate more. So it's not betraying us. It's just doing what it's supposed to do, which puts the onus back on us, right? And we're going to talk about that. But it wants the hit. It wants the hit, not the happiness. Not the happiness. Again, that's where we come in. But like I said, that's where we come in because dopamine doesn't care, right? It doesn't care. It already got what it wanted. Our attention. But then there's, of course, the other side where it is our friend, right? It's the reason we grow. It's the reason we try again. It's the reason we get up in the morning and step off into the absurdity. It's the reason we get excited about new things. So it's not just our foe, it's our friend. And I hinted that the problem is not dopamine. The problem is, oh, dare I say it, dare I say it, dare I say it. The problem is, come on in, lean in, and let me tell you, us. Shocker, I know. I mean, it's one of the reasons we pursue meaning, right? One of the reasons we go after being better. One of the reasons we get formally educated. One of the reasons we pursue career goals. But like anything that's addictive, we misuse it. And then, of course, because it's the human nature and our human condition, we blame the thing. And we can do woe it's me and we can try to destroy the phones or we can try to live without the distractions or we could do any of that. But you ask, what's the so what? And the so what is you can't, right? Instead of trying to avoid or trying to live without dopamine, which I don't think we could. It's a chemical in the brain, unless you get the point. I don't think we can do away with it. But instead of fighting it and trying to control it, what we can do is change what we feed it, what we allow it to chase, right? It's not the enemy. It's a powerful ally. It's just about what we allow it to chase. So what about if we do that and you're like, oh, here he goes. This guy thinks this stuff is easy. He wants us to detox. No, this is not an attack on phones or even detoxing. All I'm sharing, all I'm saying is that if we change what we feed a thing, eventually the thing will become adjusted to the change, right? So how about trying deep conversations, for example, right? That's just one example. And I've got several others, but let's start with that. When was the last time we put the thing down and had a deep conversation over whatever beverage or lunch or dinner or on a walk by the beach in grass? When was the last time we did that so that our dopamine desire for a hit gets a different hit? How about we change the hit that we give it, right? Creating instead of consuming, you name it. Reading, learning. I mean, again, change the hit and you change the habit. But yeah, as humans, we tend to put the onus on the thing, and it isn't the thing. Ooh, it's us, right? It's us. And look, I don't want to make or didn't want to make the episode heavy, which is why I'm kind of making light of it. But yeah, it's give our dopamine something that helps to strengthen us, not something that just absorbs and depresses us and puts us in moments of anxiety and anticipation and the never ending cycle, right? Just give it moments of difference. Yeah, so I just wanted to, you know, take a different take on dopamine and not attack the devices like we tend to do and just talk about what is really going on scientifically without being a scientist. But yeah, so what's the takeaway? As you move through your day, just ask, is this the hit that I want to reinforce? Right? Like I said earlier, is this the hit that I want to reinforce? And if it's not, then give your dopamine something else to chase, because it chases whatever you give it, and that could be destiny or devastation, right? So choose wisely, my friends. Choose wisely. And until our next conversation, you be good out there, take care of yourselves, and keep becoming somebody your brain can trust, all right? We'll talk soon. We'll see you.